Fair amount of topiary stuff too. This is a topiary boxwood. Boxwoods grow as a great big bush. Junipers grow as a great big bush. Privets do the same. If we leave the plant long enough, it will eventually go back to the way it's most happy. So if you pay $100 for a bonsai or a topiary plant and you never prune it, you'll eventually get it back to a $20 plant, and it'll just grow that way naturally on its own. This is the time of year. This boxwood was pruned right up until about last June. Obviously, it's got missed. So again, what we want to do at this time of year is just go around, give it a light pruning. With a lot of topiary plants, if you can find the time, you kind of want to do them a couple of times a season, because the more you prune them, the tighter and thicker that they get, and the fuller the plants will look for you. You know, again, when you're doing these kind of things, if we prune once a year, they're never going to be as full and bushy as they are if we prune 3 times a year. And the more often you prune these guys, the better, the nicer, and the fuller they'll look. As you can see, it's not really a lot of rocket science to do. This is basically what we're trying to do, is just to bring the shape back kind of to what it was originally. And again, with a lot of these plants that are topiaries, they are a foliage plant, so the more fertilizer, the more we feed them, the nicer the green they'll be, but again, the faster they'll grow. So it's kind of a competing interest. You want them nice and green and lush, but the more you push them, the more you're going to have to prune them. So just remember that. So with all of these guys, now, same thing here when you get into these junipers. This has just been overgrown for 6 months. You can see how fast they'll road here. And again, it's a lot easier if we're doing this 2 or 3 times a year, because then you won't see as much of this woody stuff at the end. But it doesn't take very long to prune them back. So now we've rounded them off. A lot of times what you can do is, as the plant gets older, you can flatten the top, and we call that cloud pruning, where we keep the top more of a flatter and more curved around the outside. Why? Just a different way of doing it. You can do it however you like. I don't know, cloud pruning is more in now for some reason. It's a little different, but you can have like sort of like round balls. I mean, there's no right or wrong way. Just do what. And the plant doesn't like to grow like this anyway. So whatever you're doing, it's strictly for your use. Make it look the way you want it to look. If you want square on the end, you can have square balls on the end of it. Just kind of do what you want. The flatter top is sort of more the in thing right now, but each their own.